He admitted on the 7th of this month that, yes, of course, they interfered in the American elections in 2016 and 2018.
Anyway, there's an argument that could be made that a lot of this information, at least as it pertains to Ukraine, seems to have originated from a Russian associate of Giuliani's named Andrei Derkach, a man considered to be a Russian spy by national security offices in both the Trump and Biden administrations. For reference, he's the guy in that famous photo taken in Kiev in the fall of 2019 in which he's handing documents to Giuliani. Documents that he claimed at the time proved the Biden family was involved in Ukrainian corruption. And yes, the US imposed sanctions on him in 2020, and the Treasury Department accused him of being an active Russian agent for over a decade, who was using manipulation and deceit to influence US elections. And sure, shortly after the initial New York Post stories ran, Koch advertised that he had a second laptop that was soon going to come to light but never materialized. Wonder what happened to that top. And okay, during the 2020 campaign, Trump repeatedly promoted leaked audio recordings of Vice President Biden speaking with Ukrainian President Poroshenko in 2016, which were originally obtained by Derkach, although we still don't know how. So sure, if you add up all of that, it makes it seem like Derkach maybe isn't a trustworthy guy, and that maybe Giuliani and Trump were engaged in a smidge, just a smidge, of treason that produced the files that were allegedly stored on the laptop from hell that Hunter Biden never picked up. I'm beginning to wonder if maybe there never was a laptop. But that would mean Trump, Giuliani, Tucker Carlson, and several other bulging white Republican men were just lying about it to avoid revealing that they actually got the files from a Russian spy. And that can't be the case.
It's a frightening insight, isn't it, to the mentality of the Wagner Group?
It is. And Prigozhin, the leader of the Wagner Group, is a very, I was going to say interesting man. I mean, he's a criminal. He's been done 9 years in prison himself for robbery. He set up the Wagner Group a while ago. And the Wagner Group works in Africa and Syria. He admitted on the 7th of this month that, yes, of course, they interfered in the American elections in 2016 and 2018.
He said that whistleblowers to his office reported that FBI officials initiated a scheme to downplay derogatory information on Hunter Biden for the purpose of shutting down investigatory activity related to his potential criminal exposure by labeling it, quote, disinformation. Boy, that's a familiar term.
He admitted on the 7th of this month that, yes, of course, they interfered in the American elections in 2016 and 2018.
Well, that's a familiar term.